Are you struggling for consistency in your sim racing? Does your iRating look like a roller coaster? If so, we have good news for you. The way to get more consistent is to first understand what you're doing differently than the professionals. And VRS is the answer. With our competitive subscription, you will have the telemetry, setups, tutorials, and everything else you need to fully analyze your driving. Our data packs and the ability to compare your driving with the best in the world will show you exactly where to adjust your inputs, change your driving line, and shave seconds off of your lap times. And our powerful and precise Direct Force Pro wheelbase and precision pedals are being used by some of the world's best drivers. All these champions agree that VRS hardware is not just the best on the market, it's also priced well below the competition. So if you're looking to upgrade to direct drive and the best pedals in sim racing, VRS is your answer. If you want to get better, get faster, and make it happen sooner rather than later, you owe it to yourself to find out why so many people are switching to VRS. You'll be so glad that you did. Visit www.virtualracingschool.com and learn why the best use VRS.
Hello and welcome to the Late Apex. In today's episode, we are going to be discussing updates when it comes to Le Mans Ultimate and AC Evo, or maybe delayed updates would be a better descriptor. We're also talking about the return of FIA F4 Esports with a big prize pool, an even bigger one than they had last season. Going to be talking about Chris Lulham's attempts in real-life motorsport, as well as everything going on with Apex Racing Team, Academy, TV, and League. My name is Sam Fitzpatrick. I am at the Apex Racing TV Esports Studio alongside David Sampson. David, how has your week been?
Good, thank you.
Yeah.
Nice weather, can't complain. Everything happy days. Looking forward to talking sim racing news.
Absolutely. Let's start. Let's say we don't start with our title topic, which is the F4 series. Let's talk about what we've written in our notes first, and that's LMU. Their May update, which was highly anticipated due to the fact it's going to introduce online driver swaps, which obviously is a very significant thing when it comes to endurance racing, obviously, as well as custom liveries and the remaining LMGT3 cars, and of course the one remaining track, which is the Lusail International Circuit in Qatar, has been delayed. It's now going to be released on the 10th of June.
Yeah, I mean, we've got a video which we'll play, but I mean, I get it. This has become the way. They did promise a lot, and they're realising, as he's going to mention, this is their pioneering feature. Yeah, we've got the video.
And the entire team at Studio 397 as to what to expect from the next
I like it's
release
him
from Le Mans Ultimate.
out
Keep it
front
short and
talking.
sweet,
Yes.
but this is an important
Very
one,
well
so
spoken as
stay
well,
tuned.
is Stephen.
Yep.
We
And you
aim
can
to
tell
get the
he's very involved in the
2024 Pack
development.
5, which is bringing huge new features like the team functionality, the driver swaps, and the
It's massively
custom
anticipated.
liveries,
This is probably their
into
next.
your hands in early May. But as we
Well, this is
approach
basically the game,
that
right?
Yeah.
Like, I feel like
window,
once you've released that, it's
we
like,
realised
okay,
it
this
needs
is
a bit more
now
time.
something
That's
that
what
you
I'm
could
going to
release.
explain. These features are, at their core, inherently complex. There's not much, if any, carryover from prior projects. Many systems have been written
So they're
specifically
confirming they're
for
not
our
using
needs
any
for
of the
Le
R
Mans
Factor
Ultimate.
code
And the
for
quality that you've come to
Team
expect
Racing,
from
which is
Studio
promising
397
after
and
the
Le Mans
virtual Le
Ultimate
Mans.
in recent
Yeah.
releases, and actually the quality that you as our passionate fans deserve, means that we just want to take a little more time to refine this. So now we're locking in the release for the 10th of June, which incidentally
10th of
is
June?
coinciding with the
Well timed.
2025 24 Hours of Le Mans
Yes.
in real life.
Because they can mark it and talk
maybe
about
this
it,
was
and
meant to
because
be.
it
Exactly,
We
but
know that
they
delays
and
aren't
of course
fun,
all the
but it's
WEC
just a
rounds in
necessary
recent times
extension
over the
for us
past
to
12
really
months, they
elevate
have
the
been
quality of the features before
like
they go
delivering
into the public
sims
version
and
become
letting
available
people
to you.
run them.
The
It's
update
still,
is
I
a
would
huge
say the
step forward for
collaboration
our mission for Le
isn't
Mans Ultimate. This is
super
an
big. I want to
endurance
see
racing
some of the
sim
real life
simulation.
drivers
You know, this is more
Sure.
than
have their
just a
own
car or
race
track
or
content, which we
something, you know,
is
like that'd be
incredibly
quite a cool
popular.
little event.
Elevating these
Yeah, for
features
sure.
so that you can really immerse yourself in this world
But
is key for
I mean,
us.
I
It's a
was
passion
surprised that the May release, date, but I'm happy. I'm happy we have a date. We're going to hold them to it. We're not having an announcement where they announce a new date. But they came out in front of it. I appreciate their language. That's 100% I'm behind. I can wait. We can all wait. It wasn't, we've seen this before and before where they're like announcing the update and they just change the date like we've forgotten. I
Sure.
appreciate this. They were like, no, we've realized this is big. Like he said, this is an endurance racing game, and endurance racing is team racing. So, yeah, excited. You mentioned the last track. I hope not. I hope we see Silverstone. I hope we see a few more past WEC tracks. I mean, I don't want them to go crazy. Like, I hear lots of people asking me, well, when Road Atlanta? I'm like, well, well, no.
Sure, yeah.
So as long as it suits the nature of the track, then I'm down for it appearing.
Definitely, yeah. So that would be 10th of June. So I'm sure all the Le Mans Ultimate fans will be anticipating that, and yes, that will be when the game is really in a hopefully complete state. And then of course,
Do we have a date for? Do we have an
No, I
optimistic?
don't think they've said when the game's being released, have they? Or is it another fall thing? I feel like a lot of games. I feel like Project Motor Racing and
Yep.
AC Evo are both
Yep.
touting a full release. So maybe
Wow.
I'm just getting confused.
I mean, yeah. And we on another note, console talk. Have we heard? Have they? When was
No,
last time?
I don't think they've mentioned it in a while.
'Cause it would be killer, right?
I think they'd just come back with the standard response of, yeah, that's something that we'd like to pursue in future.
Yeah. Okay.
So I don't think it's going to happen, ever. Moving on to Assetto Corsa Evo. Their 1.2 release.
Yeah, I
Has
think
been
that's
released.
the name. Yeah. Or is it 0.2?
Oh, 0.2.
0.2.
Yeah, because the game's not been... It's not a proper game yet.
But yeah, we're seeing 7 new cars, Donington, Kota, career mode finally, all done. Custom race weekends, new special events, although I wasn't enamoured with the original special events, replay tools, gallery, and the things I've been looking for, VR support. But here we have a video. Quick short trailer.
Yeah, so a couple new tracks, as you were saying. Kota being one of them, but we've also got the Maserati GT2 being
Yeah,
added.
very good looking. Another Mazda. I think every sim's got the Mazda, but it's needed. Graphics do look good. I just hope we can now run them on triples at a good FPS. Because when I last played this, I played it in single screen. I mean, I did have, like, visually it was stunning. Yeah, breath of fresh air, to be honest.
So I think was
do you-
Donington the other new circuit?
Yeah,
Was it?
Kota and Donington.
Kota and Donington.
Do you remember when laser scanning was like a wow? Now it's become, it has to be the standard.
I think once you join iRacing though, you're a bit like, That game doesn't even have laser scan circuits.
Yeah, there's definitely a bump
You call
over
yourself a simulator?
That's a good point.
So yeah, I think we've set an unrealistic standard. And I mean, frankly, as well, I wouldn't say it needs to be laser scan because I'm not that fussed about the tracks being 100% accurate because they change constantly anyway. Silverstone got resurfaced like 5 times in 3 years. The curbs are always changing. The track lengths are always changing.
You have to try because you want that feeling that real drivers use this to simulate the conditions for a race. Like
I wouldn't say that's a feeling, that's a thought.
A thought. Okay.
That's being like, oh, I am a real life driver. All the 1.2k drivers are thinking, I am real. Apologies, I'm making fun of Nick Horn in chat, who is around. No disrespect, Nick. As I'm not calling you out, but I'm saying that like, yeah, I guess you do want that realism. I think the problem is that Codemasters with the F1 game set such a low standard when it came to non-laser scan circuits. I think the reason why those tracks were not accurate wasn't because they weren't laser scanned. It was because they were just dreadfully designed. They were just really inaccurate.
I rock up to Spa in an F1 game and I'm confused at Upper Rouge. Like, wait, what? Yeah, hello to everyone in chat. Cash is asking if this isn't on Twitch. It is not. We experimented.
Sorry, I was looking at something else.
It's not on Twitch. This is just on YouTube.
Oh, yes. Yeah, I bet. Yep. Nick Horn's saying that he's actually 1.3k. Apologies, Nick.
Wow.
So, yeah, I was making fun of the 1.2k.
Yeah, so it doesn't include him.
Absolute rubbish. Nick mentioning that Gran Turismo 7 still looks better. I think to a certain extent, I think part of the issue maybe is that trailer is almost the exact same as what a Gran Turismo 7 trailer would be. So you can really copy, you can really compare one compared to the other, like for like.
I mean, I get what Nick's saying. I mean, every time I think about GT7 in my head, I'm like, it's arcadey. Whenever I fire it up on my PS5 on a high-res monitor with all the HDR on, damn.
Yeah, it looks phenomenal, yeah.
It does look phenomenal. But they're not bringing it to PC, so I don't think the comparison stands for us. Majority of users, sure, GT7 will probably win the console visual awards. But for us, that isn't a competition because, it's just how I see it. Cash is asking if we're going for the F4 challenge. I don't know.
What, going pro?
Yeah, I've been thinking about going pro.
Because it's only the top. It's like a whole 10 drivers from Europe. You just got to be top 10 in Europe.
Well, me and Cash were gonna get different passports and come in through
because you always talk about your Colombian grandfather, don't you?
Correct.
Because, so yeah, you could.
I think we have a way in through that.
Yeah.
Yep, that's our plan.
Burmese sim racing driver.
Yep.
David Sampson. In terms of AC Evo again, the open mode, career mode.
Yep.
So as far as I'm aware, open mode is like a sandbox where you can just do anything, and career mode is where you have to earn XP in order to
progress and earn stuff. And I mean, I haven't tried it. I skipped the last update as well. I'm going to test this update really because of their claim with the triple support step 2, because step 1 meant yes, you can run it in triples if you borrowed a computer from NASA.
Sure.
It's the only sim, and I am including Rensport in this. Because everyone's like, Rensport doesn't have triples. I ran Rensport in triples. I just stretched it, Every sim works in triples.
Yeah.
This sim, I couldn't, with my PC, I couldn't run it in triples. I couldn't hold more than 55 FPS. So I'm excited to see what they've done optimization-wise. And VR support, again. Let's see. Again, it was the same, plagued with the same issues. Now, again, I don't know if they are targeting console release, aren't they? AC Evo.
Yeah, it'll be all released on the same day.
This is going to be quite the fight, isn't it?
Yeah. They also have changed their roadmap. So I think in-game you can see what the roadmap is for, over the next few things. So there was 6 early access releases, has now gone to 8. The next release is going to include Spa, Red Bull Ring, a new AI, a new tyre model, and step 1 of online multiplayer. I don't think it will be particularly diverse, the online multiplayer, but it will be a start at least.
I imagine there'll be 3 events and they'll call them dailies. And
I mean, maybe it won't even be that. Maybe it'll literally just be like hosting your own lobby. Maybe it won't even be organised. I'm sort of thinking absolute primitive stuff. open world also is going to come in the full release, so we're
That's been
not going to
pushed
get
back, isn't it?
exactly. So we're not going to get the open worlds coming in. I think it was the summer it was meant to be released. So as part of one of the beta stages, is going to be part of the full release. So that will be arguably will increase the hype before the game, because I think that's the bit that everyone is most intrigued by.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And especially because they have a past in modding. I might get my dream. Free roam, park up at an airport, fly to another track, get out,
Yeah.
drive to the racetrack, then compete in a race.
Mm.
It's my dream.
Yeah.
It's my dream. And we might find it. But yeah, I mean, I keep coming back to it. It's every game's ramping up. We've got Rensport finally talking about the release in the fall with consoles. You've got AC Evo, you've got
You
Le Mans
almost
Ultimate.
said Rensport there,
I
didn't you?
did. Le Mans Ultimate.
Nope. We're not including that.
So yeah, it's heating up, let's say.
Yeah.
But AC Evo have, when they released this update, I jumped into their Discord just to see, and you forget how big their community is. It is not like the other communities. I mean, all of the communities, Le Mans Ultimate, Rensport, all of them. This is huge. Like, I couldn't keep up with the comments, and by the time I caught up, I'd missed another 1,000. So, I mean, let's not forget it smashed the all-time sim racing concurrency on Steam ever for a sim racing title on day one. But unfortunately, the game was quite buggy. Oh, I did read in their Discord, and I'm assuming it's not going to change. People who updated to 0.2, it wipes all of your driver.
I heard about that. Yeah. Yeah, so you got to do all the stages again.
Yeah.
So are you going to just say, no, I'm done. I'm fine with 0.1.
For me, it's free content. I'll just stream the whole thing again and act like I did.
Sure, yeah.
Just say I haven't done it before.
Yeah. Or you can just say, oh, they've actually made it a little bit harder now.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's a bit more demanding. Moving on to FIA F4 Esports.
Now, question before you talk. Which one is this one? This isn't the British, because
No.
there's always been 2 or 3. The iRacing.
Yes, that's a good point. I think there was... No, I think
Was it 2?
you're getting confused with IndyCar. Last year there were 2 IndyCar ones. There was like the butt kicker one, which was like the official IndyCar one, and then there was a smaller one just before it.
So F4
think
just
F4
had the
is
regional
British
and the
one.
British.
And this.
Right,
But
okay.
the regionals go into this. This is like the World Championship.
Okay.
But in order to qualify for the World Championship, you have to go through the regional championships. So yeah, this series is returning. Last year was its first year, so there was no certainty that it would necessarily return. But it is, and it's got a bigger prize pool. So last year it was $25,000. This year it's $35,000. It's only 4 events, so not long.
Once you qualify from the regionals, it's 4 events.
Yes. Yeah. So 4 events in the proper championship, 2 races at each event. It's also got the format of the track is only announced the 24 hours before the race starts. So there's a lot of, and it's 2 different tracks for each round and fixed setup. So it's very demanding. Last year, of course, Apex Racing team did very well. It was Luke McKern who managed to win out ahead of Alejandro Sanchez and Aaron Vasquez. I feel like though this one, maybe it's the length of the season, or because it's sort of tied to FIA F4, which I guess isn't as big as Porsche as a brand or IndyCar, but I felt it was sort of like the slightly smaller version of those 2. I don't think it got quite as much hype, but with £35,000 of dollars of prize pool, that's a really big prize pool. I mean, besides a couple of championships, I guess IMSA Global Esports Championship, PESC, IndyCar, but it's not far behind IndyCar now in terms of prize pool.
I mean, it's good that this still exists for all the esport drivers, because we felt like we was going for a phase at one point in iRacing where after the loss of BMW Sim Cup and PESC's reduced schedule, it felt like there might be a fear of this going in a direction that doesn't support esports. So I think it's good. My only question is, where's FIA F4 All-Stars?
I mean, if they want to get big...
They did do one a long time, a year or 2 ago, I did.
Okay, yeah.
But it finished at like 2-3 in the morning, and I had a flight to the Sim Expo.
Sure.
I had like 3-4 hours sleep. But yeah, no. Sponsored by Moser. Don't know if we mentioned.
Yep.
So that's how we know the prize pool's increasing. Moser's writing checks at the moment, it seems.
And it's, if you want to take part, like David is, You got to be top 10 in each region. So I think the region are like the Americas, Europe, Africa, Asia Pacific.
Europe's a slow one, right? Europe's a slow class. I should be fine.
You should be fine. Yeah. There's no good drivers in Europe, are there?
Okay.
Really?
Especially hunting the 35 grand. No.
No, no, of course not. So best of luck to get into that series, I guess. Starts late October. I think the actual qualifying, I think the regionals are in like June. I think it's iRacing Season 3. But the actual proper championship starts in October and then I think goes into December. So we'll have to wait a while for that. And unfortunately, it does clash with the IndyCar championship as well. So that might mean a few guys can't do it. But yeah, I think Apex Racing team will have plenty.
Fixed esports though, that changes the dynamic, right? It's just driving, just qualifying, not setup building and tweaking.
Yeah, true. And of course, yeah, the track is only announced 24 hours before, right? So you only need a day to prep for it. So yeah, we'll see.
That might hold me back, to be honest.
Oh, that's the issue. Because if it weren't for that,
yeah,
then you'd be a walk in the park.
That might be a problem.
Yeah. It's that fixed setup. That's the reason.
Yeah, it's too
it's not just built for your style, you know.
Yeah.
Moving on to Chris Lulham's exploits in real life racing. He did very, very well. So he did his first race in the GT World Challenge, which is a very prestigious GT3 championship. Round 1 at Brands Hatch. And there were 2 races. They're team races where you drive as a pair. His teammate was Thierry Vermeulen, who's got a decent amount of experience when it comes to sports cars. And they managed to finish 3rd in their first race as a team. Vermeulen qualified on pole, held the lead. I think they had a bit of a slow pit stop, dropped down to 3rd, but then Chris was able to hold his own and remain on the podium.
And this is in the Ferrari, if I'm right. Yeah, because
Yes.
they've got the 2 cars they're running for the endurance. The one.
Yeah, you got the Endurance Cup and you got the Sprint Cup.
And endurance
this
is in
the sprint
the
one.
Aston, I want to say.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, this is awesome. I mean, everyone is following this, and yeah, super impressed. Thierry and Lulham pulled it off. Yeah, it's great. I mean, it's what's the team name? It is the
Verstappen.com.
Yeah, I mean, it's cool.
Mm.
And the livery looks, for us, it looks amazing, right? Because that's a sim racing livery.
Yeah.
Insane. Yeah, great. It was at Brands Hatch as well. Yeah, I enjoyed it. Yeah, looking forward to seeing what he can do.
Was 9th in race 2 as well, but they were running as high as 2nd place. But again, had a slow pit stop for some reason. So yes, that was a very good start for Chris. I didn't realize that Chris took part in the radical British Championship last year, and I think won 16 out of 18 races.
Only
won 16 out of 18 races. So yeah, he's and of course he's done European level karting as well, but years ago. So, but no, it is good that he is getting involved and doing very, very well. Project Motor Racing.
Yes, it's so if you want to play it early before release, you can head to a convention, FarmCon.
Yep.
Obviously, with its heritage being on the Giants engine that handles the farm simulators. They've decided to put a few sims out, and yeah, if you want to be going to Austria on July 5th and 6th at FarmCon 2025. I mean, it sounds like a hoot.
Yeah,
really does. Yeah, I had to. I don't know anything more news about that than what I just said, but it was worth mentioning.
I did link an article, but I don't think I actually read the article much.
The article basically confirms it will be at FarmCon.
Taking place on the July 5th and 6th in Kundl, Austria. Its main focus is farming simulator, of course, but if you're in the area or interested in both genre, stopping by to give PMR a try might be worth your while.
Yeah, I'm excited. Again, they're pushing a full release for full PC console, so I mean, by Christmas, we're going to have a lot of Sims.
Yeah. If they want to, they ought to do a lot of collaboration stuff. Like, I'm talking have some of the cars from one game in the other game for, promotion purposes.
An actual tractor.
I feel like, I don't know many people who play Farm Simulator, but I feel like if you gave them like a Lamborghini, then they'd have a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Rather than in their tractor, you know, it's like driving in like a GT4, for example, on iRacing. When you actually get into an LMP2, you're like, oh, this is a lot of fun because everything's in fast forward. I think they'd be the same for that. So no, they ought to pursue that a bit more. Zach White saying that all the good drivers in Australia, referencing back to the F4 Championship. So best of luck to you, Zach, for
they're pretty
getting
good.
into that.
The netcode is massive on them drivers.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, you can't go door to door with them.
And they're racing at 5 o'clock in the morning.
Big netcode and tired.
Yes. Apex Racing team, we have an exciting round tomorrow in R1. It is the second group round. Of course, we managed to win our group 3 weeks ago. So we went from group 4, which is the bottom group, to group 3. And we basically need to stay in group 3 if we're going to finish in the top 9 and qualify to go to Saudi Arabia.
Yep, it's at Jeddah. It's actually D to C, technically, not 4 to 3. Sorry, to pull you up on the technicality there.
You see, I thought, because usually when you say stuff, it's meant to be to people who actually care, and I don't. So
fair enough. But how it works, yes, if you win your group, you go up. If you lose your group, you go down. If you're middle of your group, you stay in the group. And the higher your group, the more points you can score. So ironically, we won group 4 last week. If we finish bottom of our group this week and go down, we will score 1 more point than we did last week.
Yeah.
So it's really important to be in the right group. And ironic, you have to stay out that bottom group. Winning it gets you 3. You know, it's not enough points. So yeah, I mean, we have every possibility. If we win our group, we go up to group 2, and more points are available. Even if you're demoted, you still score more than had you stayed in group C.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll see how we get on. I mean, obviously it's going to be tougher opposition. I think we'd probably take just second. I don't think we'd necessarily
Sure.
be obsessed about going up into the next
Second
one.
is
I think
absolutely
if we can
fine.
get second.
Gives us again another opportunity to score. Look, all we care about is getting to Saudi, right?
Yeah.
And that can be done in group 3. So let's see. It also depends where our closest rivals are as well.
Oh yeah. There's a part of it is down to what they do. So
we should just win all our races. I'll tell the boys that we should just focus on winning every race.
yeah, because recently I've been doing that in Formula 1.
Yep.
And
Congrats.
I'm now leading the championship. So I sort of just stumbled upon it.
Yeah.
I just started
New hack.
driving better and winning races, and yeah, it works really well.
Yep.
So yeah, best of luck to those guys. Basic Ollie has joined the academy team. He's now your partner in crime. He's your teammate.
Yep.
Your accomplice.
Accomplice. That's the word you're looking for.
Your equal.
Okay. Yes, he is. He's a good guy. He's fast. Yeah.
Have you raced against?
Oh,
I assume.
Well,
you've raced,
Ollie, a
loads.
ton. Yeah. He's very good, especially in the endurance setting. He takes it seriously, puts the prep in, has a good team. So yeah, we've had plenty of battles. Yeah, I like Ollie.
Definitely, yeah. So welcome to him. Yeah, it'll be good to see him. Yeah, taking part in ARA and yeah, with that ARA branding and yeah, hopefully doing some socials for us as well. When it comes to Apex Racing TV, we had this funny moment on Monday.
Rick Matek.
It was Vic Matek. I had to get up at 1 in the morning
What
to
a hero.
broadcast it. I feel your pain now when you have to do your
Yeah.
your events.
I got one
Because-
tonight, 3:20 in the morning.
Yeah, because what time do you get up in the morning now?
I usually go for a run like 6. No, whenever I wake up.
Sure. Because I woke up at like 10:30 today, and I was like, I'm pinning this down to having to only go into bed at 4 o'clock the other day. But yeah, it was worth it because we saw this fantastic moment for Ken Copeland.
Oh my.
Wow, puts it on 2. Oh, wow. That
And have a
something.
left side mirror.
Yeah,
on
so
the car.
wrong, isn't it? I've seen worse.
He does end up back on his wheels.
Actually
That's
flipping.
Let's see another replay of this.
It's the second bounce, isn't it?
Well, the first isn't too good, but yeah, the second bounce is insane. I suppose the second doesn't really know what to do with the physics, because the first one's so unnatural as it is. I mean, why is a GT falling from the sky at,
Sure.
you know, so I don't know. But yeah, those iRacing used to be so good with curbs, but now they're just really pummeling on with these 3D curbs that I just don't think they're not right.
Yeah, yeah, the curbs at Fuji are really haunted. Here was the final lap from ARA Porsche Cup. What a fantastic meeting it was.
Yeah, I
last
spoke to
week.
Philip actually a couple of days ago.
He's very and then there was a collision between the top two drivers. Philip Hammer scythed his way through and managed to take the opening.
What was the
race
steward's
winner.
decision?
It was a penalty for the driver behind. So for Liska.
Let me guess, the red, white and green car was 4 millimeters on the track still, so technically...
I can't remember what the exact... I can get it up. I won't show it, but I can read out the decision if I can... Oh, I'm not going to be able to find it.
That's all good.
But yeah, it was a penalty. So... Yeah, I think that put him down a few places. So yeah, bad luck. That will be back across
What a
2
battle,
weeks'
though.
time. Fantastic, and just a fantastic round. I think B final as well, with the top two running out of fuel,
Yeah.
and just causing mayhem behind. It was a really good round.
I enjoyed that.
Unfortunately, entries are closed, but hopefully we will be able to reopen them later on in the season. Tonight, obviously, we have Apex Racing League Touring Car Britain 2025, round 2 at Brands Hatch Indy.
In the rain.
In the rain. I wanted to show you the forecast.
52 cars over 3 skill classes around Brands Hatch Indy in the rain.
Yeah.
You're a genius, Sam.
Yeah, I didn't set the rain. I set it to random, as we all know. And it just happened to be raining. But the weather forecast is wild for this round. And once again, I haven't like manipulated this in any kind of way. But I should be able to show you if we go to view broadcast. So this looks okay. So yeah, so there's no rain, sure, and then it gradually increases with rain. That's pretty good. However, if you extend it out here, it's raining for like 5 hours before practice. Then it immediately says no more rain just as practice starts. Track will be absolutely saturated at the start of practice. Will gradually dry out. Pretty much will be dry on dry tyres, I think, for quali, especially with the amount of drivers we're going to have and, you know, how short the lap is. And then from then on, it's going to be an increased chance of rain. So we might actually escape. It might be dry throughout. It could very possibly be dry throughout. But I think most likely there'll be some rain. The rain will come at some points in the evening.
It's going to shake up quali again because of that gradual increase in intensity. If AMs go out first and it
could do that,
dryish, and the rain keeps pummeling down when the pros go out there, 2 seconds a lap off pace, and yeah, I mean there won't be carnage if qualifying's inverted on a 52 car grid and it's raining at Brands Indy.
No.
It'll be fine, Sam.
Yeah.
It'll be fine.
As long as it just doesn't rain midway through and we have some drivers on slick tyres and some drivers on wet tyres. If that happens, then we should be fine.
That is a forecast.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
So yeah.
I mean, we don't have to drive. We're just going to laugh and
mock. I think it'll be interesting. I mean, I haven't done, of course, we all know how good I am in the Porsche Cup car from my exploits in the PEC GB Championship. And, you know, we had some dry to wet races in that. And the Porsche Cup is really good on wet tyres on a dry track. So you're only losing about 3 seconds a lap. On somewhere like Brands Indy, it's probably only about 1 second per lap. So if it's going to rain midway through a race, even if it's like raining 10 minutes into the race, the first 10 minutes are bone dry, and then it starts raining, it's probably better to start on the wet tyres so that when the rain arrives, you're 15 seconds a lap faster.
Yeah,
So,
I mean, it's really tough because sometimes that intensity can come up and up and up and then just peter off, and it never kind of is enough.
True, like we had at the Raw event where it just never really properly rained.
So that'd be an interesting... It's difficult. You just Got to play the percentages. Have an overlay up where you can see what your opponents are doing, and if your closest 4 rivals are making a strat, sometimes it's best like, just lock in with them.
Yeah.
If they're going to lose points, I'll lose points. Like, if you're desperate, if you lost a ton of points in round 1, go opposite and YOLO it and think, okay, I'm just going to full risk. I don't know. There is sometimes no right judgment that you can make. I've been on both sides of it. I've looked like a hero and I've looked like a 0. So.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm hoping that someone, particularly from the AMs, is going to start on wet tyres. There's no chance of rain. Going to try it anyway.
Well,
Try on the wet
remember, with
tyres.
52 cars, after a lap, they're 18, 19, 20 seconds already down.
Yeah.
There's that
But
to factor in.
You're going to be that far back if you're on wet tyres or dry tyres. Because if you're that far back, you're going to be held up in the early stages anyway.
True.
So you're not actually losing as much, potentially.
Yeah, that'll be broadcast on this channel in a couple of hours.
Yeah. So do tune into that. I'm really looking forward to it. That's everything I had to talk about.
Yep. Just going to get my tickets sorted to FarmCon and then get ready with popcorn come September when every game is full release.
Yeah.
What could go wrong? And I'm going to start practicing in the F4. Let's go.
I think Rensport is coming out in the fall as well. On
Full
console.
console as well.
Yeah.
AI, that I've listened to their podcast. It didn't make the news, although technically it has because I'm talking about it.
Well, we talked about it a little bit last week as well.
Correct, yeah. So they're committing to consoles. They're committing to AI. They're committing to fixing the physics and tire features that people disliked. They talked about the track builder, but it didn't sound like it was going to be in there for the full release.
Sure.
I don't know
What
why.
is the track builder, sorry? Like custom tracks?
Yeah, building your own, literally
Okay.
a piece of software that the engineers use at the moment to build tracks, offering it to people.
Oh, so they can do their own mods and stuff.
Yeah.
Sure, okay.
Which,
I interpreted that as like a do you remember Gran Turismo 5 where you used to be able to like put in a list of like 10 criteria and you would just generate a track.
Oh,
so you
of
could
course,
go for
yeah.
like complexity
Yep.
and like all of that stuff. But no, yeah, that sounds more logical that they're gonna let people do that. But
I mean, I don't think it will ever come because it just doesn't mix well with the console release. If they're offering crossplay, and that's the big thing they're selling is crossplay, then offering a full-featured software-developed track builder, I mean, they can kid who they want. That's not coming to console, so that means it won't come because you can't have crossplay unless, I don't know. Let's see. Rensport have got such a mountain to climb. They haven't even signed up to walk the mountain yet, and they've got so it's words at the moment. I'm not insulting them. I'm just saying they have a long road ahead,
Sure.
and the landscape's changed. You've got AC Evo and LMU taking up a lot of real estate in people's minds, so it's going to be very, very, very tricky. I don't see it, but we'll see.
Yeah. Well, I think that's it for us today. But of course, make sure to tune in later on for the second round of Apex Racing League Touring Car Britain. Make sure to tune in for all of our other streams as well on Apex Racing TV. Check out our social medias as well. And of course, check out the other links in the description below for team, league, academy, and all of that stuff. We will say goodbye and we'll see you back next week.